Country at kingscountry.net. That's Leon Bridges. I'm Jim King of the radio and TV. We're about an hour away from the first airing of the Jim King of the TV show for this week in the Golden Triangle. It airs every Friday now at 11:30 a.m. on the CW, 12 noon on KFDM Channel 6 News at noon. They'll do a preview. A produced preview will air of the Jim King of the TV show. So it's our weekly TV blitz. Of course, our big airing tomorrow night at 9:30-ish, following local news and sports on Fox 4. But back to the radio on the Jim King of the Radio show. Come on in. Join the party. TGIF.
Like, that rules, man. King of the Road rules. Yeah.
Did you know that Blake Shelton just opened his bar in Las Vegas? Yeah, it's called Old Red. Here he is with some of his wish list of performers he hopes to stop by.
It really does feel like you've stepped in through a portal and you're in Nashville when you come through the doors. Dolly would be great. I was hoping to get Beyonce to do a little something.
This ain't Texas.
If she wants to make it in the country music industry, and I think she must, it ain't happening until she plays over.
King's Country at kingscountry.net. That's Frank Martin Gilligan, even if I see it coming. If that name Gilligan rings a bell, it's not Gilligan's Island. No. It's Frank Martin Gilligan, the brother of Baseball Hall of Fame coach Jim Gilligan of Lamar University baseball program. Had a stellar career. So was Frank Martin Gilligan. In the 80s, he was the lead singer of Mason-Dixon. They were with Capitol Records and had some country hits. He took about a 20-year hiatus, and I think he even battled cancer and came back, and now he's doing a lot of acoustic shows, mainly, all over the state of Texas, and definitely one of the good ones. Frank Martin Gilligan, I'm Jim King of the Road. Here comes Luke Combs, Beautiful Crazy on a TGIF.
Her day starts with a coffee and ends with a wine.
King's Country at kingscountry.net. Jim King of the Radio, driving you through the midday thing. I get to the honor and pleasure of doing it on television, too. Don't tell anybody, but episode number 923 is airing this weekend in Southeast Texas. As I speak, it's on the CW, and you can catch a preview in the news at noon on KFDM between about 12 and 12:30. Usually around 12:20 is when they pop me in there. 12:25 maybe. So check it out, and don't miss the show this weekend. I'll give you some previews coming up. Time to take a short break. King's Country, kingscountry.net. Jim King of the Radio behind the wheel, driving you through the lunch hour and into the lunch hour. We've got some great stuff coming up for your dining and dancing pleasure. I'm going to serve up some George Strait, a.k.a. King George. Gary Allen's on the way, Her Highness Leanne Rimes, too. Oh, but looky here. The king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, straight ahead.
Long live Elvis.
The king of country.
And the king of country, yes, sir.
Jim King.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. It's Jim King of the Radio behind the wheel and the mic on a weekend. Thanks for joining me on this TGIF edition. Tell your friends about us and never leave home without us via your smartphone and Bluetooth. Amazing technology we have. You never have to settle for less. Hey, stay with me. I'm going to air something that is airing on my TV show this weekend. I do a little interview with a rising country star by the name of Robbie Johnson. I did a Zoom call with him. I'll play the audio and his new song. It's called Hell of a Ride. That's coming up in just a little while. Stay with me here on King's Country.
Not quite sure what's going on.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. Jim King of the Radio, here to tell you a story about some ducks. Yep, right here at King of the Road Productions in my backyard. The other day, this pair of ducks showed up. It's the third time I've seen them in about 2 years. They seem to come around about once or twice a year and hang out in my backyard for about 24 hours usually. And I find that they're called black-bellied whistling ducks. I think they live in a little ravine not too far from here. Anyway, they reappeared for the first time in a long time, and they're really cute and beautiful ducks. They've got these really distinct orange bills, and they mate for life. So it's a male and a female. They're never more than a foot apart. Really cute. Anyway, they took off. They're gone. I've been looking today and haven't seen them. But here's another related topic, because those critters are just so captivating and fascinating. Someone in Montana posted a video after a woodpecker took an interest in their doorbell and wouldn't stop ringing it. Here it is. We're zooming off to Nashville to visit with rising country singer-songwriter Robbie Johnson.
I mean, the love for country music is really Garth Brooks. That's how it started. You know, a few years later, I am at the 50th CMA Awards. I'm sitting on the floor of the CMA Awards, and Garth Brooks is right next to me, a few seats away from me. And during commercial break, I had the great privilege to get up, walked him. I was stressed out, really nervous, and saluted Trisha, and then spoke to Garth for about a minute and a half. And it was amazing, you know, telling him, hey, you're the reason I moved to Nashville, because I want to make it in country music in Nashville. So that was really powerful. And the guy is bigger than life. And he was holding my hand and shaking my hand the whole time, encouraging me. And it was a great moment.
I've yet to meet Garth Brooks, but I heard he's very personable. And I have a similar experience. You know, I grew up listening to rock and pop, and that was my first love. And I got into radio, and I was calling myself the king of rock and roll back then. Real original. But I wore a crown. My last name is King. And one day they came in and told me I was going to start playing country music on their sister station, and I hated it at first. But you know what? I started listening to country music, and one of my first artists was a guy from right here in Beaumont, Texas, that I really got into, was Mark Chestnut. I started realizing that this is actually very good poetry, a good country song. Yeah. And you can hear it, you can understand every word, unlike a lot of rock songs that you need to interpreter almost. But so that was my experience, and I love country, and I added the cowboy hat to the crown. And so here we are today talking to you, a rising country star in Nashville, and you got a new video called Hell of a Ride.
You know, the song is about, you know, inner battles and your, you know, inner demons. And so the song is, the music video kind of shows that, where you're fighting against your inner demons and you're thinking you're not good enough, you're not love worthy and all that. So that's what the music video is showing. It just went so well. It was great. Of course, I had to rehearse a little bit for the choreography and all that, but that was a lot of fun. So I really enjoyed it.
Here comes Nashville recording artist Robbie Johnson with Hell of a Ride as our King's Country Music Clip of the Week from Nashville. King's Country, kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King of the radio. I've got my buddy Jelly Roll coming up next. He seems like such a genuine guy. I saw that he's going to be one of the judges on The Voice next year. He made a cameo appearance there the other day, and I was glad to see that. And amazing success story, Jelly Roll. Definitely doesn't come from the country mold, so to speak. And apparently he's quit social media because of bullying. Yeah, Flavor Flav stuck up for Jelly Roll on TikTok in this video after Jelly quit social media because people were making fun of him for his weight. Here's the audio from the clip.
How dare y'all try to judge my man about his weight and his character? This man is winning awards for his music. This man's music has been giving a lot of people hope. Jelly Roll is one of the nicest men on the planet. All of y'all that's trying to judge my boy Jelly Roll, I think y'all need to take a step back and judge yourselves, because y'all judging him is not going to stop him from being successful. Power to you, Jelly Roll.
I never get lonely. I got these goals to keep me company.
King's Country, kingscountry.net. I'm Jim King of the radio and TV. Don't miss the show this weekend. You got several more opportunities on Fox 4, the CW, Strike TV, and you can go to YouTube right now. Don't tell anybody, but the entire episode is already on YouTube. I usually do that on Thursday afternoons. I'll post it on there so you can stream it in its entirety. But just keep that between me and you. Oh, and we're going to be filming tomorrow night at a place in Winnie called Charlie's Bar and Grill. We'll be focusing on fiddling Dave Varnado. He's an award-winning fiddler from Port Arthur, Texas. He's featured in the Museum of the Gulf Coast music section down there in Port Arthur, Texas. So if you ever stop in the Museum of the Gulf Coast, check out the David Varnado display right next to George Jones. And maybe we'll see you in Winnie tomorrow night. But as always, thanks for streaming King's Country. I'm Jim King.
Long live the king!